There is a habit many of us fall into without realizing it. It doesn't arrive loudly. It doesn't feel harmful at first. It often disguises itself as patience, or responsibility, or being thoughtful. Before we speak, before we share, before we begin something that matters to us, we look outward. We wait. We wait for reassurance, for confirmation, for a sign that we're allowed to proceed. Sometimes this looks like asking for advice. Sometimes it looks like waiting for the right time. Sometimes it sounds like, I'll start once I feel more confident. But beneath all of it is the same quiet request. Permission. Permission to begin imperfectly. Permission to take up space. Permission to trust ourselves before the world agrees with us. The issue is not that reflection is bad. The issue is how easily reflection turns into delay, and how often delay slowly turns into doubt, because permission rarely arrives the way we expect it to. No one shows up to tell you that your timing is correct. No one hands you certainty before you act. No one confirms that your voice is worth hearing before you use it. And the longer you wait for that approval, the quieter your inner voice becomes. Self-trust doesn't disappear all at once. It erodes slowly, moment by moment, choice by choice, not because you failed, but because you taught yourself not to listen. Think about how trust is built between people. It grows through consistency, through showing up, through action over time. Your relationship with yourself works the same way. Every time you ignore your instinct, every time you delay what you're feeling drawn toward, every time you wait for someone else to validate what you already sense, you weaken that relationship. And the opposite is also true. Your inner voice grows stronger when it is followed. It becomes clearer when it is used. It becomes steadier when it is trusted, even when it's unsure. Nature offers a helpful way to understand this. A path through the woods doesn't begin as a path. No sign marks it as official. No one declares it correct. It becomes a path because it is walked. Footsteps press into the ground. The grass bends. The soil learns where people move. The path exists not because it was approved, but because it was chosen, again and again. Your inner voice is shaped the same way. Waiting for validation feels safe. It feels responsible. It feels like you're protecting yourself from mistakes. But over time, it teaches a quiet lesson that your own judgment is not enough, that someone else must confirm what you already feel, that certainty must come before action, and eventually, decision-making becomes hesitation. Hesitation becomes stagnation, and stagnation begins to feel like self-doubt. This does not mean you should never seek guidance. It doesn't mean ignoring wisdom, feedback, or perspective. It simply means noticing the moment when asking for advice is no longer about learning, but about avoiding responsibility. When preparation becomes a substitute for movement, when research replaces trust, when waiting becomes a way to stay comfortable. Nature rarely waits for ideal conditions. A bird does not wait until it knows the nest will be perfect. It doesn't collect every possible branch first. It doesn't compare its nest to others nearby. It builds with what it has. It adjusts as it goes. The structure becomes strong because it is lived in. If the bird waited for certainty, there would be no nest at all. When your inner voice stops asking for permission, something changes. You begin before you feel ready. You speak even when your voice shakes. You create even when the outcome is unclear. You stop expecting clarity to arrive first. You learn instead that clarity forms through movement. Mistakes still happen, uncertainty still exists, discomfort still shows up, but it no longer controls you. You realize that confidence is not something you wait for, it is something you build. Each small act of trust strengthens the next. Each decision reinforces your ability to decide again, and slowly, the need for external validation loosens its grip. There is relief in this shift. The pressure to be perfect softens. The fear of judgment loses its sharp edges. You stop trying to justify every step before taking it. You begin to understand that adjusting later is not failure, that learning as you go is not weakness, that beginning without permission is often the most honest place to start. Perhaps the most important change is this. You stop betraying yourself in quiet ways. You stop dismissing the instinct that nudges you forward. You stop silencing the part of you that already knows what matters. You begin to recognize that your inner voice does not need to be loud to be trustworthy. It only needs to be acknowledged. You don't need permission to begin. You don't need consensus to take a step. You don't need certainty to move forward. The path becomes clearer because you walk it. The voice becomes stronger because you listen. And self-trust grows the moment you decide that your own knowing is enough, even when it's incomplete. Especially when it's incomplete. Because the inner voice you're waiting to trust is the same one that's been waiting for you to stop asking and start listening.